y'all, we're back here at the river, the Choctawhatchee River, and I wanted to talk to y'all about what you need to do an overnight or a multiple overnight trip to camp on the river. You know, whether or not you want to go fishing for the weekend or hunting, this should get you started, you know. So as you can see in my boat, I got quite a bit of camping stuff. So let me get this unloaded and get it to our potential camping site, and then I'll start going through it with you. Before I get unloaded, check out all the deer tracks where I parked the boat. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we got all our camping stuff out. The first thing you want to do is find a decent camping spot. So let me take you out here to the river real quick. The first thing you really need is good access from a boat. This is geared more towards, this video is going to be geared more towards camping like out of a boat, you know, not really backpacking or just driving in somewhere. So all right, so we've got a pretty low bank here. If you look right here, this bank is probably a good 6-8 foot taller. So you need a good spot that you can carry all your gear up. So that's a good spot over there too. Also, something to keep in mind is when the river gets down, you have like sandy bottom and muddy bottom as far as your river bed, and this area is very much muddy bottom. Over there, typically like under willows is sandy, like your sandbar will come out. So just keep that in mind. You know, if you don't want to be stomping through mud every time you go back and forth to your boat, you're going to want to find like a sandy area. I'll stop by a few spots that are more sandy when I leave from here. All right, here's another thing to think about is if you camp here, it takes a little bit of time to get your site kind of cleaned up, you know, because this is just woods. This is not a campground. You're basically riding up the river, finding a spot you like, and camping there. So this is our old campsite. We've since moved to the houseboat, but as you can see, like, it's nice and open. We've had 7-8 guys camp here pretty comfortably. But if you do all this work to clean it up, then you come out next season planning on camping here, there may be a possibility somebody else beat you to it. You know, there's nothing against that. So you know, if you look from out here, it looks pretty thick. You know, you got a nice little row of bushes to cover it, and then you got a little trail, and it opens up. So don't be afraid to get creative on your campsite. You know, do some exploring. We typically when we want to hunt a different area, we go out a month or so before and just ride the river, and we usually decide like, okay, we want to hunt this area first. You know, like, so you see like lots of good tracks, like I seen getting out of the boat there, and then we find a camp spot second. So that's what we did here. Some other things you want to keep in mind when selecting your camp spot is the river level at the time that you scouted it, and the river level when you're going to be camping it. So right now, the river is 2 foot and some change. So, I mean, as you can see, it's like we've got plenty of room for the river to come up. But last year we camped this at when the river was at 8 foot, and you could pull your boat into this little slough right here. So you don't want to, what you don't want to do, spend a bunch of time cleaning up an area and it just turns into a, you know, a water hole because the river comes up. So typically, if you can find somewhere that's dry at like 6 foot and up, above 6 feet, you're good to go. You know, that's pretty high for the river. You may not even want to come out here when the river's that flooded, but we come out here no matter what, so this is a good spot. Some other stuff to think about is trees that are dead. As you can see, this tree's dead, and this tree over here is dead, and there's some trees on the bank that are leaning from erosion of the river. You just want to keep that stuff in mind. You don't want to set up under a dead tree. You know, like, see how this branch right here is stuck in the ground? That's because it fell out of this tree here. You know, just keep that in mind. And all right, another thing when selecting your campsite is you want to make sure you're on public land. So this is Choctawhatchee Water Management Land. So you're going to want to get an app that shows you all the landlines. I use OnX Hunt. So here we are, the blue dot. I've got it marked. You know, where all this green and brown is all public land that you can camp on. See, there's a lot more land up there. So, you know, we're good to go here. You don't want to set up on somebody's private land. See, like right there, that's private. That's actually an island across the river. Half of the island is private, the other half is public. So it'd be easy to mistake that for just being an all public land, because there is no access from the land to it. So just keep that in mind as well. All right, let's talk about gear a little bit. So you can bring as much stuff as you want, but just remember, everything you bring out needs to leave. So say a thunderstorm or something comes in and you have to pack up in a hurry, you don't want to bring the kitchen sink out here and have to worry about getting that all in the boat, and then you rush out and all your stuff blows out of the boat on the way home. So I try to camp pretty light. I try to keep most of my stuff in one of these totes. So we've got a heater in here, which is nice when it gets super cold. Got some eating, you know, ware, forks, knives, some cups. This is all packable stuff. Got a small chair. I usually bring a bigger one, but it's actually at the houseboat right now. But you need somewhere to rest. Lighter. And we got a cook stove. We got our rain fly. This is what I use instead of a tent, just because you see how small this is. All this stuff packs into this box, which is really nice. And then I've got my sleeping mat, which just you fold it out, and then this end right here, you pull this plug, and then you can pump it up, air it up with your foot. You don't have to have like an air mattress pump or anything like that, you know. But in my opinion, the less stuff you bring, the better. It just turns your, if you bring a lot of stuff, it becomes a lot of work, you know. And this stuff packs up real nice. Most of this stuff is like backpacking gear. You can also bring a cot. This is not super heavy. This is a pretty lightweight one. And it sets up really quick. So, boom, you're done. You don't have to spend, it takes about 5 minutes of pumping with your foot to get this sleeping mat to air up. And so that's a time saver. All right, and you can also bring like a grill. You know, if you're gonna be out here multiple nights, you know, you kind of want to bring some real food, you know, not camping food. That just makes it more comfortable, you know. I know it, like a good meal, like a hot meal after walking out all day in the woods, like really helps you out as far as the energy and stuff. Okay, and you really need some good pair of muck boots. You can use just the rubber ones. I like the neoprene because they don't chew up your shins, you know, when you're walking all day so bad. All right, you're gonna need, if you're hunting during rifle season, you're gonna need some orange. I usually just wear an orange hoodie. The deer don't care about camo to be out here because you were stomping around. So, like, you want your buddies, if you're stalk hunting like we do, to be able to see you pretty good. These boots, they fold down, turn orange as well. Okay, we've ran through like your camping gear. So you're gonna want extra propane for your grill. That's pretty obvious. And your cook stove, your heater, that all takes propane bottles. This thing, you put a drill battery in it and you can charge your phone. So that's real convenient. You can bring several drill batteries. I can usually charge my phone a whole weekend off of this, off of one battery. And it's got a light built into it and an inverter. So USB, USB-C. So that's pretty slick. Definitely need some bug spray because I'm getting annihilated by them right now. Flashlights. You're gonna need a headlight too. I would keep that stuff close by at all times. You never know when you get turned around in the woods and you're out there at dark and you gotta navigate your way out in the night. You don't want to do that in the dark. So a camp light. So this is just a rechargeable Hypertough one, which is dead. But this is real nice because you can just charge it. It'll probably last the whole weekend. And you can just set it up under your rain fly and stuff. Another extra lighter. So I keep a piece of paracord so I can clip this thing like right to my backpack. And then I duct tape around that. So you got some duct tape, a lighter, paracord, and all that just neatly tucks away. You're gonna need some body powder for if you're walking a lot, you're probably gonna chafe. Here's some better video of this drill battery charger. So this Hypertough, got it from Walmart. Turn it on. So that's the light actually. And boom, green for charging your phone. I actually killed my drone controller. So now I can charge that and get my drone shots. Also, as I'm taking this tent down, I just keep a little bag. This is just an old military bag, just full of paracord, rope. These are nice because you can just, if you take these stakes out, you can clip your the ends of your tent closed. You know, you just want to bring plenty of extra stuff, you know, knife. All right, so you got your campsite, got all your gear out here. Where do you want to set up at your campsite? So you want to pick the higher spots. So as you can see, this is like a little bottom. So if it rains and you're set up in here, you're going to be wet. This is going to fill up with water. So ideally, you want a higher area, like a high ground. So I've set up here before. I've set up over there. I got my rainfly tent set up. This is not ideal because these trees aren't really far apart to get this tight, but it'll show you guys what you need to know. So this is kind of like the layout I like in the inside. Typically I'd move this tarp away from the sides at night, but yeah, I like these totes because they make a nice little camp table at night. You can keep all your stuff on here, and they also double as like a dry box, so you can keep all your perishable stuff in there. Something I forgot is a sleeping bag. I forgot to bring one of those. You'll need like your personal items and some toilet paper and stuff. So if you don't want to use the bathroom out here, you can camp close to the boat ramp. We're only a couple minutes from the boat ramp I put in at. They typically have porta potties and stuff. But yeah, you can, you know, camp out here for not a lot of money. You know, you don't have to make a reservation, you know, for out here. Just have your water management permit and your hunting and fishing license if you're going to do any of that. There are some campgrounds on water management land that have sites, you know, and I think they're typically free. Like Dead River is one of them. And if you don't have a boat, you can always find a boat ramp that allows camping. That's pretty common too. But that's gonna wrap up this video. We got some new guys coming to camp with us this year, so hoping that helps them out, and maybe you guys will find it interesting too. I hope you guys can get out in the woods. Let me know if there's something you do different, if you already camp. If there's like some piece of gear that you like that I didn't show, let me know about it, because I dig this stuff. Even though I got the houseboat now, I'm already missing just getting out here in the woods and tent camping. So maybe we can get one of those trips in this year. We'll see y'all later.